We all have dreams, and going on the author of your own story route, many of us have big, big dreams. And a lot of times, these dreams have been in the back of our minds for many years. In fact, you may even have a vision board or something else that has your dreams on it. Now let me ask you this, is there a dream or a goal or whatever you want to call it that you've had that you hope to hit, but every year you just keep reinstating that goal? I was walking in my office and I walked by a paperclip on the ground. Now as I walked by, I felt the urge to bend down and pick it up, but I also felt the urge to just keep going because it was just a paperclip on the ground and I was in the middle of packing for a trip. Then I realized that it was just a part of energy. It was going to occupy part of my mind, a paperclip that is. So I stopped and remembering the little things that matter, and I turned around and grabbed the paperclip. And all of a sudden, unbeknownst to me, a small weight felt like it lifted from my shoulders as I placed the paperclip back where it belonged. And so I started noticing that, and I went through the rest of the day making sure I picked up the paperclips in my life, meaning make sure I did the little things. I was actually rolling on the ground with my newborn. He's 6 months old. And as I was actually hanging out with him for a little bit, my phone went off. And normally I have my phone turned off, but I went to check the message. And as I was checking the message, in that moment I realized that I wasn't being present. So I just set my phone down. Now, it wasn't more than about 10 seconds that my little boy, Bodie, he actually saw the cell phone on the ground and went for it. And that was the fastest I've ever seen him move. Now I picked the cell phone up quickly and grabbed it and just put it into my pocket. But what I noticed was right away, he just turned and looked for the next toy and went for that and grabbed it. And what I thought immediately was, wow, this reminds me of multiple conversations I've had this week with clients, but also with friends, where they're actually stuck on one particular lane, one particular problem or one issue in their business or relationships, and they're actually focused on that. They've got tunnel vision on that problem without actually moving forward and then being able to pivot like my little son was able to do. My newborn baby, 7 months old, had to be rushed to the emergency room. We had to take him in for an emergency eye infection. Now he had pus coming out of his eyes, and I won't get into the details because it wasn't pretty. But I can tell you as a father, it struck a chord within me, as it would all of you. Now what it made me realize is money doesn't buy you happiness. Living in a private beach community certainly doesn't buy you happiness. But what money does give you, and the ability to have the freedom to live life on your terms, gives you the opportunity to take care of those things that are most important for you. You know what happens when when bad times come around is, mean people get meaner, happy people get happier, joyful people get more joyful, sad people get sadder. You really go back to that set point that you have, and it just amplifies it. Money amplifies, the person that you really are, but so do hard times. So hard times actually bring you back to that set point and amplify what that is. Now when I say slay a sacred cow, of course I'm not talking about a sacred cow in Hinduism. What I'm talking about are those things that are policies, procedures, or systems that have worked for you in the past, have helped you get success, but are now holding you back. Oftentimes as business owners especially, we can find ourselves being really constrained, very stiff. This is especially true if coming out of your shell is newer to you. Try something different. Try playing. Try monkeying around. Take a cue from children. Children are always playing, and when they find a problem, they look for a creative solution by playing with it, whatever that problem is. And look at where you can be playful with it. Look at it differently. Embrace your childlike behavior. So when's the last time you gave yourself a pat on the back? So follow along with me. Go ahead and raise your right hand really high. Raise it high. Now I want you to bend your elbow to a 90-degree angle so your hand is behind your head. Then I want you to rotate your palm so it's actually facing the ground, and then I simply want you to pat yourself on the back. That's right. What I want you to do is give yourself a pat on the back. Today I want to talk to you about being a tourist, right? Hopefully you're like me and you love to travel. But what if you were a tourist in your own life? Let's look at your life from a 1-month perspective. You're able to tour your life for 1 month and 1 month only. Now, if you can go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go? I'm going to buy you a ticket, a one-way ticket. Anywhere you want to go, where do you want to go? And what are you going to do when you get there? Now imagine this ticket is a ticket to the life of your dreams. What are you going to do? So here are Napoleon Hill's 11 attributes of great leaders. Number 1, an unwavering courage. Number 2, self-control. Number 3, a keen sense of justice. Number 4, definiteness of decision. Number 5, definiteness of plans. Number 6, This is the habit of doing more than paid for. Number 7, a pleasing personality. Number 8, sympathy and understanding. Number 9, mastery of detail. Number 10, willingness to assume full responsibility. And lastly, number 11, cooperation. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these daily growth hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.